Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well and unaggravated. Anybody go through the update, the Windows update, and lose everything on their computer, and their mouse won't work, and their monitors don't work, and nothing works, and yeah.
2020 is hard enough. We don't need Windows updates making things more complicated.
We need an executive order. When I start running things is going to be different.
They better make sure you have a lot of ink in your pen for all the executive orders they're going to spew forth.
They're going to bring in a pallet loaded with boxes of presidential pens just for me. Them ain't the ones I give away. Them's just the ones that I use to ink up the paper with.
Look what Jim Bashir's wrote, more like executive disorder. Oh, snap.
Oh,
your hair looks on fire. It looks lit.
Do you like the high and tight that I got going on here now? Yeah.
Hubba.
I went yesterday and got the hair did, and I went the other day and I got the nails did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm cooking with grease today. Now I'll tell you what.
Lockdown ain't got nothing on you.
I know there's a lot of you out there that are in love with the mask. You think that they ain't nothing any better than the mask, that the mask is the best thing that's ever happened on the planet Earth. I am not your leader.
Nope. I feel, well, I could relate. There's some of my friends are like, now that everyone's wearing masks, I can't understand because I'm losing my hearing and I partially read lips and I can't tell anymore.
Right. Oh, you can be doing anything underneath that mask. When people come by, they think you might be smiling at them. You got your tongue stuck out. You could be doing a lot of different things underneath that mask. But I can't see. I put the damn thing on. It slides up over my eyes.
What? You're wearing it wrong.
I about broke my neck trying to get in the beauty shop yesterday because I opened up the door and that mask just snapped right up over top of my eyes. I couldn't see where the hell I was going. And I'm out there in front of the door doing this number.
There should be a camera crew following you around and just putting it straight to the internet. You would be huge on the internet.
I'd give that Lucille Ball a run for her money. Don't think I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I get in there at the beauty shop, and the girl gets me in the chair, and I said, now listen, I want it up over top of the ears, you're going to have trim up there. I said, so when you're ready for me to take this mask thing down so that you can do that trimming, you just let me know. And she says, yeah, you can leave it up for now. She said, I got a lot of cutting to do before I get to that part. And I said, well, anytime you would like for me to take this thing off, and I'm just letting you know.
Just so we're clear.
She started laughing. She says, honey, you're not alone. Oh my. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a week. I can't say it's been a good one, but it has been a week. I tried to get my garden out the other day. I got about half of it planted, and I'm going to finish it up Saturday, like it or not.
Oh, good. Good.
I was going to do it this morning, but it was raining.
What items will be in the garden?
Well, I've got green beans. I got taters. I got carrots. I got maters. I'm going to put out some cucumbers and some onions and some lettuce. And let's see, there's something else in there. Onions, cucumbers, peppers, and lettuce goes out. And I've still got about 3/4 of the beans to plant yet. I screwed up. I wanted to get bush beans and ended up pole beans. So I had to change the garden around the way I was going to plant it because pole beans have to have something to climb up on. And they had to be planted next to the fence. And I wasn't going to do that. But hey, I opened up the package there. It had the beans in it and got the beans out and started seeing pole beans. I thought, what the hell? I didn't order pole beans. Well, apparently I did. Or they just put them in there whether I liked it or not. But
Close enough.
She's getting pole beans. We don't care what she wants.
Oh.
Yeah, Jim says that he just got his tomatoes yesterday. I have had my tomatoes for over a month, and I had to bring them in. They was on the patio, but it was getting too cold out there. We started having these frosts, and it was getting too cold for the tomatoes, so I had to bring them in. So I put them in the bathroom, and they's about a foot tall. And I thought, well, they're going to need to go in the garden eventually. I'm not going to try to raise tomatoes in the house. So I took them out and planted them the other day, and they seem to be doing okay. They're kind of acclimating to being back outside again, but I think they'll do okay.
Yeah, well, I have 2 small tomato plants, and the same thing. The cold was beating them up, so I brought them in overnight, put them back out to get sun, brought them in, and that kept happening. I was like, all right, it's time to see how you do on your own.
It's going to be a late garden this year, at least, in these parts, because I'm used to getting my garden out about the end of April and no later than Mother's Day.
Yeah.
If I'm later than Mother's Day, then there's something bad wrong. And shoot, we still getting frost Mother's Day. So, got to go along with the weather a little bit. You can't put it out there and then just let it die. It kind of defeats the purpose, don't it?
Yep. We turned the air conditioning on today because I couldn't do the show without air conditioning. This room just gets way too hot. That's why I have limited lights on today, folks. Sorry. The production value's a little bit lower than normal.
I turned mine on 2 days ago. It just got too warm in the house. I just couldn't take it, with this dermatitis or whatever the hell this stuff is that I've had. You don't want to get too hot because itching is bad enough without getting hot on top of it.
Yeah.
So I had to break down and turn it on a little bit. We got some people out there in the chat. Let's see who all we got out there. Harnell Media, that's Steve. Good to see you, Steve. He's with Makers Media Network, and if anybody's here that doesn't know what that is, go to makersmedianetwork.com. and you'll find all the makers over there, and go to the shop and look at all the stuff that's got our logos and stuff on it. If you want logo shirts or logo mugs or any of that kind of stuff, you can go over there. And Matt is showing you our stickers. We got channel stickers. He's got several. Because he's got a whole slew of channels. He's probably got about a bushel basket full of stickers over there. And then I've got my little green one, my little green dragon sticker. If you want to trade stickers or you just want our stickers, just let us know. We're easy to find. I think I got my email and all the descriptions on my video, so you can get in touch with me easy enough. And I'll give you my address, or you give me your address and I'll send you one, or however you want to do it.
I'll mail this one anywhere in the world for free if you want one. And if you want to give me a sticker, that's my address. And this is $1 on Patreon if you want the foil hologram one. So,
the fancying.
Yeah, this is the expansive one. Isn't it badass? I love it. Look at that. That's just
that's 0.9999 fine silver.
It's a collector's item.
Let's see. Jim Bashir's is out there. Frankie CNC is out there. Good to have everybody. Share this around, let everybody know we're up here acting up tonight, because, they need to be entertained, because we don't even know what we're going to do, but we're bound to be entertained before this night's over with.
They might watch me melt on screen, so that could be fun.
Has anybody seen the video that I put up a couple nights ago about the turkey wedding?
I saw that, but I didn't hit play. What's the deal?
Well, 30 years ago, back in a lifetime long, long ago, you was still in your rompers. My husband was involved in amateur radio, and I had not gotten my license yet. And I like to talk to some of them fellers that he talked to on the radio, but he had to be present for me to do that, because I was using his license in order to be able to talk on the radio. So one morning I'd come in from the barn. I'd been out feeding all my animals, and I thought, well, them fellers like to hear about some of the animals I got on the farm, and it'd make for a good conversation. Bless you, and everything that come out of you.
Thank you. I hit the mute button to my credit.
And so I get on the radio. I'm talking to them fellers, and they said, "What kind of animals you got there on the farm?" I started naming them off, and I got to the turkeys. I said, "I got a pair of bourbon red turkeys. Their name's Fred and Ethel." And one of them piped up, and he says, "Now these turkeys that you got out there," he says, "they're not in the same building, are they?" And I said, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, they are." And he says, "You mean to tell me you got two turkeys out there living in sin?"
What?
And hey, I'll play along. I said, "Well, yeah, I guess so." And he said, "Well, we ain't having none of that. No, we ain't having none of that." He says, "We're going to get them turkeys married." Well, in this group of people, one of them was a minister. One of them had a country western band. One of them could play the harmonica. He ended up playing the wedding march. Good golly, I forget what all we did have. We had the awful slew of people you ever seen. 150 people turned up at my house.
Oh my gosh.
To marry a couple of bourbon red turkeys out of the coop.
Oh,
and I've got video on all this. It ended up on the 11 o'clock news.
Oh,
part of it was
it's
even
your video. I thought it was just a meme that you asked. Okay. Oh, the funniest unfunny guy is here. So welcome.
Hey, good to see you. Lord have mercy. I know who he is now. He is the funniest unfunny guy. You need to go over there and check out his channel because he is a hoot. Bless his heart for putting up with me.
So you got these turkeys married. And 150 people.
Part of this ended up on a documentary that went on PBS. So I had all this on VHF, and I ended up about 4 or 5 years ago getting it put over on a DVD so that I could get it on my channel. I put it up on my other channel. I just happened to think the other day, I bet a bunch of these people that hang out with me over there on the design channel would like to see this goofy turkey wedding thing that we did. So yeah,
it sounds like an excuse just to party with 149 of your closest friends.
It was the craziest thing. We had no idea how many people would show up. Because it was announced on the radio, "Hey, you want to come party with us? We're going to marry off these turkeys. Just come, bring covered dish, just come." And we had a lawnmower with a wagon on the back of it that we ran down the road, and we'd bring their coolers up to the barn. And I took my dining room table out to the barn and a couple other tables, and we spread out all this food. You never seen so much food in your life as what was out there. And we partied all day and almost all night. Had a big bonfire. It was a party.
Sounds like fun.
Started out as a joke.
How much footage did you put online? I mean, a couple minutes, or is it like a whole big long?
I think it's about 23 minutes long, but the first part of it, I'm just kind of telling everybody what's about to happen.
Got it.
So they understand, what this turkey wedding thing is all about. But it's worth the view. It is worth the view because you don't see stuff like this every day. There are not very many people that are as goofy as me, with such insanity that they will just go along with something that's going to bring 150 total strangers to your house. We prepared for this for over a month, getting everything set up. And it just happened to be the date we chose for the turkey wedding was Charles and Di's anniversary.
Oh, okay.
That was just a fluke.
Happenstance. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Crazy.
But if you haven't seen Turkey Wedding, you probably need to see that. And I'll probably get my act together tonight and put another heifer up for you so that you all can get some free advice, because I know how much you enjoy my free advice.
I love me some Heifer Haven. I love it.
But yeah, what's the craziest thing you ever did? I mean, I have to say that Turkey Wedding was probably about the wildest thing I've ever done.
Well, I mean, done a lot of crazy stuff. I jumped out of a plane, but a lot of people have done that. We had we had a killer Halloween party that was so massive that the bar owner came to the party at 2 a.m. after his bar shut down. It's like, I was wondering where all the people were. Like, we took the whole town because it was my friend's property. I call it a farm. It's not a farm. He does have a field, and they have a big barn with 2 big, huge doors for tractors. And that's where the party was. And we got a porta potty and everything. And there was so many people there. And I'll never forget, we made this drink. It's a strawberry cranberry drink, but we use the instead of cranberry, we use the strawberry cranberry mix, and then we use this cheap Viborova vodka, which is a Polish vodka, like bottom shelf crap, and
Sound like Mad Dog.
No, and 7-Up. Those are the 3 ingredients, and we could only make it in a 5-gallon pickle bucket, like a 5-gallon bucket, because we can't like do it real small. So we made this huge concoction, and it kicked your butt. And we were telling everyone, now be careful, this sneaks up on you. It's very powerful. It doesn't taste, you can't really taste the alcohol, but it's very powerful. And one girl's like, man, shut up. I know how I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. She kept drinking. We said, now be careful when you stand up. She stood up, took 1 step forward, and fell flat on her face. Like, she didn't even put her arms out. She was just, I don't know, she just stood up, and the blood must have rushed the wrong way. And she oh man. And we had a VHS video recorder, to the full size VHS tape, because this was years ago. And it was running. We put it up in the rafters, shooting down at the one big area. And I'm like, okay, let's get that video. We're going to see that video because not everyone remembers everything that happened, because it was pretty wild. And I'll be damned if that video it just disappeared. Like, no one knows what happened to it. Like,
you just related about a dozen 5-gallon pickle buckets and a bunch of plastic tubing. And just give everybody a 5-gallon bucket with a big tube in it for a straw.
Yeah, that's what we probably should have done. Let me see. What's up in pro wrestling? Host Mr. Cool is here. Hello. Welcome to
Mr. Cool in the house. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in quite a while.
It needs to be cool in my house. I turned the lights out just to try and keep it cool in here.
If you want to know stuff about wrestling, you want to go over there and check out Mr. Cool's channel.
Is it wrestling or wrestling?
Well, we call it wrestling where I come from.
Okay. Me too.
When I was a little girl, I used to sit on my grandpa's lap and watch the big time wrestling on TV every Saturday afternoon.
Was it the big time wrestling?
They called it big time wrestling. And then after the big time wrestling went off, they'd have the midget wrestling. Was it
all fake stuff, or was it like legit wrestling?
Well,
it was not like WWE, was it? Anthony Schaus is in the house. Hi, Anthony.
Anthony Schaus is in the house. I love to say that. It all rhymes. It reminds me of the Cat in the Hat.
Right.
Anthony Schaus, when he does his videos, he needs one of them stripy hats, them Cat in the Hat hats. And he says, Anthony Schaus is in the house.
Cheshire Cat,
Yep.
I remember that there was someone was wearing one of those Cheshire hats at the beach. This was senior week. And he had glasses on, and he was singing the what's that song? Get Crazy with the Cheese Whiz. And he had Cheese Whiz, and he was pouring it all over himself, singing Crazy with the Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz is the breakfast of champions. I'll get this thing turned around the right way. There we go. There it is. Cheese Whiz.
I love it.
I'm sitting here having a snack with some crackers a little while ago with my Cheese Whiz.
We had a wine and cheese party that was Mad Dog, Ritz crackers, and Cheese Whiz. And we had someone show up that thought it was like a legit wine and cheese party. The whole night was no beer. Like that was the only rule. Like, you could drink wine or anything else, but Mad Dog is technically wine.
Yeah.
Even though the grapes have never touched it.
That's right. Yep, I was weaned on that. That's Mad Dog was the drink of choice when I first got out on my own. I come from a dry household. There was no liquor in my household. And so when I got out on my own, got to hanging with people my own age, got to drinking and carrying on, then I got introduced to Mad Dog. Mad Dog was the drink of choice.
Yeah.
And then there were some people that like Boone's Farm. They like that.
Familiar with that.
Boone's Farm wine. It was called Tickle Pink. And after you drank some of it, you started calling it Pickle Tink.
To tell you how drunk you are.
Yep. You just ask someone, can you pass me that over there? What's that called? And see how they answered you. You know whether they'd had enough of it yet or not.
I remember we were watching Pink Flamingos, and then toward the end, I was like, Plink Flamingo. Like I couldn't say it. I was like, Flink Flamingos. That was a messed up movie. You should not watch that movie. Do not watch that movie. Not good.
Yeah, Jim says, WWE. Brenda looks at Matt like, WWE is fake. Hey, when you're 4 or 5 years old, you believe it all, Yeah,
do you know what the problem they had is that once the internet started rocking, they couldn't do them anymore because the same scripted show, it was the same outcome in every location and people were catching on to it. Before it was just, you had to show up and watch it live or you didn't see it.
That's right.
That was right around the time that was happening. The interwebs.
Frankie says, we always stole bottles of Mad Dog, Orange and Old English when we was kids and hung out in the woods behind the projects. And then the one kid got busted stealing it the last time. Yeah, get busted. That'd be bad news. I don't think we ever stole anything. We used to, just shenanigans.
We were drinking out back of the bowling alley. Because the bowling alley, oddly enough, had a tennis court for employees out in the back. And then behind that were some woods. So we would go to the bowling alley. We'd bowl a couple games. We'd quit bowling. We'd go in the back out and we got drunk. And while we were doing this, we saw a figure come to the side of the building. Now, the light was behind him, so it was only silhouetted. And then he bent down behind the building where we were, like out of view of everyone else. And he put something there and then he went back in the building, then he disappeared. We wonder what that is. We walk up there. There's a small box. There's a bowling ball in the box. Here it was an employee stealing $800 bowling balls. And he would put them out there until he was off his shift. And then he would pick it up and then go home with it and then sell it or something like that. And my father was good friends with the owner. Like they were family friends. And so we took the ball. We took it. I took it to my dad. I'm like, Dad, this is what happened. And he told the owner. And then the owner was like, oh, thanks for doing that. And then he started talking to me as if I was the one who took it. And he didn't quite accuse me, but he was like, stealing's a serious crime, and he was like really putting the screws to him. I'm like, yeah, look, I was out there drinking beers with my buddy. Like, I'm sorry for doing that, but you've got an employee stealing your crap. And I was only 19 at the time. I wasn't even 21.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it wasn't me, and it was not me. It was someone else.
Shooting the messenger,
Yeah.
You don't want to believe that somebody that you've really trusted would do something like that to you.
It's like, I don't want your bowling ball.
I've been involved in a lot of situations where people that I've really trusted, never thought would do me wrong, put it to me. And, I think with age comes wisdom. So after a while, you just kind of say, okay, I'll trust this person about as far as I could throw them. And
Yep.
hopefully they won't screw me over, but it is what it is. And I'll just, stay guarded. And you hate to be that way, because I've always been a very trusting person, and always just try to put my faith in people because
trust, but verify.
I do them the way that I hope that they're going to do me. And then I find out that, I don't think I put my faith in the right place this time.
Brenda, a moderator on my channel just showed up. Boycott Matt Haas. Welcome, boycott Matt Haas.
Welcome to you, whoever you are.
We think it's David Jones, but that's unconfirmed. Iron Fire Horse is back. Hello.
Good to see you. Glad you're in the house tonight. Share, and hit the like button and all that good stuff. You know,
anyone has interesting facts, hopefully facts about things that are not hot. Hot today. Drop some facts. That will be fun.
Let's
give out
see.
Free tacos, virtual tacos.
Probably have something here. There are 2 million millionaires in the United States.
There's more than 2 million. Oh, 2 million millionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's a millionaire. Oh, quit blaming me. Portal Woodworks is here now. And Mama Bear's Cheese Shed. Tracy Keaton. Hello.
Hey, Tracy. Good to see you. Hope everybody is having a good May. It's almost over. I just as soon cancel 2020 and just move right on to 2021.
What was I seeing? They're like, this year doesn't count as far as birthdays go. Like you get a free year. Oh, boycott Matt Haas says you will never know my identity. Okay. Travels with Angie Pangy's here. Hello, Angie.
Good to see you. Welcome.
This Mind Equals Blown. Drop some interesting facts, and if it blows our mind, we'll reward you with free virtual tacos and/or cowbell rings.
You never know what we're liable to talk about here. It could be anything. Did you know that sunsets on Mars is blue?
Blue? No, They're not blue.
That's what it says.
Wow, that's crazy. I wonder why.
I don't know. You should know. You're up on all that.
Well, it's got a lot of carbon in the atmosphere. I don't know why it would be blue. Jim Dockrell's here. He's your brother from another mother.
Yep.
Welcome, Jim.
Welcome. Hope everything's going fine up there in Canadistan.
Travels with Angie Pangy says, today was my Friday. I've got tomorrow off. LOL. Okay, noted. I have tomorrow off too, but not by choice. My employer said, no more Fridays for you, and then stopped paying me 20% of my salary. So, yeah.
Yeah, they came out with the statistics on the unemployment. It's up over 40 million.
Crazy. I'm lucky to have a job, and I'm thankful to have a job.
Yep.
But I don't know. We're having a big meeting at Thursday, the 4th. Hopefully it's good news and not more furloughs.
Well, better take your metal collar so they can't off with your head.
Well, tell you what, man, I've been using this time. I have not been twiddling my thumbs. I've been working on a course. I'm building a course on how to be awesome on YouTube. So I'm anxious about that. It's coming together really well.
You're using all the stuff I do, of course.
Well, the one lesson is do the opposite of what BrendaG does, and you'll be successful on YouTube.
What, do you think I'm doing so poorly?
No, but I think you could be doing a lot better if you would stop doing some of your little tactics that I don't quite understand. Like, I refuse to post a video until my previous video gets 50 views.
That's right.
Like, that's not a thing. That doesn't help you. But that's what you do.
It works in my world.
And you know what? I'm not knocking it. If it's working for you, it's working for you.
I just make the rules as I go along.
And that one time you missed your AdSense payment by $1.
No, by 5 cents.
Oh, by 5 cents. See, I'm like, I told you. If you'd have released it when it was at 49 views, you'd have probably got that extra cent and got that payout. JD Knight 7's here. Welcome to the show. And Mr. Doughboy 356.
Glad to have both of you in the house. Welcome. Hit that like button. Share. Yeah, speaking of AdSense, anybody that donates with the super chat, that all goes toward the channel. It goes toward, I got a big old box of stuff over here I'm going to start giving away very soon. I'm kind of waiting until most of this quarantine gets under control here. We kind of get back to normal a little bit. And, Yeah. Iron Firehorse says, "Oh my God, really? By 5 cents?" Yes, I pulled it up and it was off by 5 cents.
It was
$99.95
$99.95
in the AdSense account.
Well, the algorithm says, if it's less than or equal to $99.99, then reject. So,
I was one hot cookie when I saw that.
see that the thing that prevented your payout was a one-line Python script. Seriously, like that's what.
I'm gonna have to get some more critters and marry them off or something, so I can have some more videos.
Oh, JD Knight 7 shared this on Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Shares are the most valuable thing you can do to help a creator on YouTube, because YouTube sees that as a session start. When you bring someone off YouTube into your video and they weren't on YouTube before, that's a session start, and YouTube loves it. So that really helps the Brenda G's Designs channel. Thank you.
That's right. Every little bit helps. Some people make videos with no sense, and everyone does it with no sense. SCENTS.
No smells. Yeah, there is no smell-o-vision. That's kind of sucks, but oh well.
I'd like to see some of them videos, some food videos with some smell-o-vision. Boy, I'll tell you what, some of them people can really cook.
I know, right? I think Emerald Lagasse used to say that all the time. It's like, I wish there was smell-o-vision. You got to smell this. It smells amazing. Oh, snakes. I thought he was talking Monty Python. I don't understand, LOL. Oh, good. My son does not know the joys of Monty Python. We were talking about that the other day. I'm like, son.
Oh, my God.
You got to get with the program.
School of Funny Walks.
I love Monty Python.
I like to do stuff like that just when people don't even expect it. Like let's say that I'm up at the tire center getting the oil changed on my vehicle, and I've been sitting there looking at a magazine. There's 3 or 4 other people just sitting around in there. And so I kind of get up, and stretch a little bit. And then I start doing the School of Funny Walks back and forth across the waiting room. And
dude, no, I'm all over that stuff. My friends in New York, when they were going to school, we would go up there and we would do social experiments. Oh, Portal Woodworks, $5.
Thank you. Appreciate that. He wants me to give something away. Well, hang on a second. I got to scoot over here and get a hold of the box.
Thank you, Portal Woodworks.
Thank you. Let's see what we got over here. Well, I got that.
Should I continue with my story while you're looking, or
you go ahead with your story while I'm.
So we used to do these social experiments. Like, we would get in the elevator. We would be on different floors, and we would all get in the elevator, but we wouldn't turn around and look at the door. Like, we would stay facing the back, and we wanted to see if someone coming in would mimic what we're doing. That was the tame one. We would also get on the subway, and we would all sit in different seats, and someone would turn on the boom box, and then girl A would walk over to boy A and say, "Would you want to dance?" And then we would see if we could get strangers to start dancing, because we were all in on it. Anyway, Mama Bears, she shed Tracy Keaton $5. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, I pulled some stuff out of the magic box over here. I call it the magic box because it just keeps getting stuff in it.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to give something away. Let me scoot back over here, get centered. Portal
says you should give me away to boycott Matt Haas. I don't know how. I don't know the logistics behind making that happen.
I'm going to give your choice. I've got 4 items pulled out here. And so whoever wins gets your choice of these 4 items. The first item that I got is one of my cups. Here, I'll just hold one up that's unboxed. That's my cup. But yours is going to be in a box all wrapped up. It's in there wrapped up. And it's got the logo on the front. Okay, one of the Brenda G's Designs cups. That's one thing. Second thing I've got is this. Now, this is in a package. This is sort of like a slip and slide for kids. You hook a water hose up to it, and it squirts water out all over it. You know, you throw it out in the yard, and it's kind of like a little swimming pool type of thing that squirts water everywhere. So if you got youngins, especially with this quarantine thing going on, no swimming pools is going to be open this year. So you can throw that out in the backyard, hook the hose up to it, and the kids can have some fun. If you got youngins, grandkids, you know, whatever. We got anybody in the house that's got a beard?
Yeah, Portal has a beard.
Okay. Some of you might be interested in this. This is a kit that has a beard trimmer and some fancy beard conditioner, brand new in the box. So if you want to take good care of your beard and make your beard look all fancy, we got the beard set. And then, do I have any drummers in the house or any wannabe drummers in the house? I got a drum pad.
Oh, look
Practice
at that.
drum pad, brand new. It's still in the box. So
Nice.
if you're interested in drumming, I've got that. So there's the 4 items that you get to pick from if you win on here. And we're going to pick a number. How many people we got in the house?
10 people, same number between 1 and 10. Each person picks one number.
Yep, that sounds like a winner to me. Go.
Put one number only in the chat right now.
Because I've done got the number in my head.
The pool sales are way up, says Iron Fire Horse.
We got a winner.
Okay.
Tracy Keaton got it with the number 7.
Mama Bear, she shed Tracy Keaton.
Tracy, which item would you like? We got the cup. We got the little pool for the kids. We got the beard conditioner trimmer thing. And we got the drum pad. You tell me which item you want, and I'll put your name to it. Waiting for Tracy to tell me which one she wants.
Yeah, there's a short delay here. I'll take the beard thing from my husband. Thank you so very much, she says.
Okay. Tracy, you'll need to go over on Messenger and give me your address. Because my computer went belly up a while back. I lost all the addresses, everything that I had.
Congratulations, Tracy. You're the wiener.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah. And thanks for supporting the show.
So we got her name there on the beard trimmer conditioner set. And after the show, I'll get it wrapped up for her and get that up to the post office the next day or two. And then next week, we'll probably give something else away.
Woohoo. See that, folks?
Out of the magic box. You never know what's going to come out of the magic box.
Could be a couple days or a couple shows, no giveaways. And then when you least expect it, boom, giveaway.
You just never know.
That's how it works.
Looking to make sure I didn't miss anything.
I've been keeping pretty close eye on it. Any interesting facts? Leave them. We got a request for more cowbell from Portal.
Oh, you want some more cowbell? Well, we can do that.
I gotta have more cowbell.
and for you weak of heart, we have the little cowbell.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
You're welcome, Tracy.
I still love that meme where it's like Americans should never have to live without more cowbell.
Right.
It's like the sentence is complete without the more, but you got to put the more cowbell in there. Americans should never have to live without more cowbell.
And Tracy, rest assured, I will send this out to you in the next couple of days. I just hate it when I win something from somebody's channel and I don't get it for months. And I don't want to mention anybody's name in particular.
Who could you be talking about?
I might just look in their general direction.
Yeah, I owe Brenda a package. Guilty. Dave Hart is here. He says, "Evening, all. Welcome, Dave."
Welcome, Dave. Good to see you. Well, I tell you, I was running late tonight with that Windows update. It messed up my computer and lost the mouse and lost the monitors and lost all kinds of stuff. And I like to not got back on and finally got things fired up. And then I had all my messages to send out about the show. And poor Matt, he's thinking, good golly, she's done fell off the turnip truck. We've lost her.
I wasn't too worried because I saw all of the marketing. You were dropping links all over the internet. So I'm like, okay, she's active. But it's like 6 minutes till no link, 5 minutes till no link, like 3 minutes till she sends me the link. I'm like, okay, well.
Oh, well, it was either send you the link or send you a message on my phone and say, hey, this ain't happening. The computer bit it. But, thankful for my buddy Dennis. He tries to keep me working here with the computer. I said, good golly, what do I have to do? Come in here 3 or 4 hours before the show to make sure that I got the computer running in order to be able to do the shows? And, he's kind of chuckling about it. And I said, well, you don't want to be on here a half an hour before the show's supposed to start and then find out that Windows has decided to do some goofy update and lose all your peripherals.
Well, see, Windows is trying to make things better, but the problem is you're using Windows. So I would stop that right away. Did you ever see the meme where it's an old guy sitting at an old computer and he takes the he takes the computer icon and drags it into the trash, and his computer instantly disappears, and he turns around and says, Linda! Like he takes the computer icon, says my computer, and then it's the trash can. He picks it up, puts it in the trash, and then the old computer vanishes off the desk. Linda! If you type it into Facebook, because it has the GIF area, and just type computer delete, and then it'll come up as an animated GIF. It is one of the best animated GIFs out. I love it.
I'll be looking that up and find. I know I've got 2 or 3 people I can send that to. Oh my goodness.
So I'm glad we got the show rolling. Maybe we could shut it down a little early, maybe in like 5 or 10 minutes, because it's getting really hot in here. I'm gonna melt soon.
Well, we could sing that song. It's getting hot in there. He'll take off all his clothes.
Or we sing, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the mother burn.
Well, we'll throw out a couple more facts here. In 2005, Mark Zuckerberg, your favorite person, unsuccessfully tried to sell Facebook for $75 million. Back then, it was called the Facebook.
That's right. It did have the word "the" in front of it. That was on the Social Network movie. They put that little snippet in there. And then they dropped the.
So Jim says it cost $100,000 a year to maintain. Well, let's back up on that. There is a wire 15 foot above the ground stretched all around Manhattan, so Jews there can carry things on the Sabbath. It costs $100,000 a year to maintain, and the rabbi drivers its path to check it every day.
The rabbi drives its path.
Oh, drives its path. Okay.
Okay.
Was not aware of that. And Tracy says, well, my Pomeranian is 19 blind and can't hear me anymore, but they can live up to 28 years. Mine I adopted at age 2.
Aww.
My dogs are 10 years, well, will be 10 years old in August. And
you have the Australian.
I've had him since he was born.
Australian Husky? Is that what it is?
Australian Shepherds.
Australian Shepherd. My sister-in-law has one of those. Great. The personality is wonderful on that dog. Dog's like, I love you so much. I don't even know who you are, but I love you. It's like if the dog could talk, like that's what the dog would be saying.
Yeah, I got one that she is, I just call her attached. She just wants to be attached to you at all times.
Wow.
She, if you sit down, she is in your lap.
Wow.
She don't care if you like it.
O'Reilly Auto Parts has a flux capacitor listed on their website, says Frankie CNC and Woodworking Channel. I love it. I love it. Do they have blinker fluid as well? that's the joke.
I used to love to go into Radio Shack and ask for stuff in there that I knew that they didn't have.
Oh, jeez. Those poor Radio Shack employees.
I'd ask them for 24-volt fornicators.
Oh, dear Lord.
And they'd be looking all over the place. And after they'd spend about, 15 minutes at it, I'd say, now, look, if you don't have a 24-volt fornicator, just get me 2 12s. I'll wire them in a series.
Jesus. Oh, Brenda.
I used to have so much fun with that stuff, going into Radio Shack and aggravating
You're
people.
ruthless with those mind games. You're just ruthless. Oh.
The wire apparently subs for a wall. They can't carry anything on the Sabbath unless it's within the walls of the city.
Iron Fire Horse has an 18-year-old cat attached to him right now. Her name used to be Chloe. Now I call her Klingon. Oh. Wish the Klingon good luck, long life, and prosper.
These 2 pups of mine, they're sisters out of the same litter mates, but the one has the personality of her mother and the other one has the personality of her father. And the one with the personality of the mother, she's very independent. She tells you what she wants when she wants it, and that's the way it's got to be. The other one is just dependent on you for her very breath.
Oh, poor baby. Poor baby.
She's just like her daddy. Luckily, she's not as big as her dad. She's about half the size of her dad, but her dad was like that too. He wanted to be up in your lap all the time. And so you got this dog that's like up here,
Oh. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I only wanted to keep one, and I took them to the vet for all their shots and everything. Got them checked over, and I told the vet, I'm gonna keep this one here. And
bye, Jim. Jim's got to go. Chinese carryout is at his place.
Oh my goodness, I haven't had Chinese carryout in forever. We got one here in town, but it ain't no count.
Are you eating General Tso's chicken?
I don't know what he's eating.
General Tso's, that sauce on General Tso's, it's essentially candy. It's like melted rock candy. It's like so high in sugar. It's like how it can be considered dinner food is almost beyond me.
I usually get cashew chicken, or I'll get sweet and sour shrimp, something like that. But anyway, when I took the pups to the vet, I told him which one I was keeping. He picked out this other, and he says, this is the one you need to keep. And that's Miss Needy. And I've often thought about that. I thought, man, I tell you what, I should not have listened to him. She is the best, as far as her confirmation and everything is concerned, but attitude wise.
Ay. No, I love animals. I'm an animal lover.
You should have known me back 30 years ago when I had the farm and had all the livestock and stuff. Because I had everything. People would stop alongside the road. School buses would stop. And just to see the sheep, and I had an alpaca, and I had peacocks and all kinds of stuff. They just pull up alongside the road, just watch the animals.
Wow. Tracy Keaton says she's lost 142 pounds in the last 2 years.
I found it.
I would have steamed veggies only. Okay. I've ordered steak, shrimp, and salad for tonight, says Portal. Yum. Hey, Leonard Davis is here.
Leonard, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Leonard Davis is not to be confused with the AA baseball player of the same name. So glad to have you here.
Jim Dogger says he lost 140 pounds in 1 year. It's called divorce.
My goodness.
I need to get back on my diet again, but I'm trying to get well from whatever this dermatitis thing is and, get the edema under control. It is improving for anybody that nobody's really asked me, but there you go. It is improving.
Good.
It's being slow to improve. It's not going near fast enough to suit me, but I'd like to just wave the magic wand and be done with all this. I'm headed into week number 7 of this craziness. And that's way too much.
Yeah. Life's too short to be having 7 weeks of this crap that you're dealing with.
Yeah,
I
need to get things under control around here. Spring cleaning ain't even been done yet, and I'm trying to get the garden in the ground. And when you feel like crap, trying to get anything done is just, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep, especially if you can get the itching under control. You're like, oh my God, I'm not itching no more. Now I can get, 30 minutes worth of sleep without going crazy. And then you wake up and you're itching so bad, you're like, well, how in the hell can I get anything done now? Because all I can do is scratch.
Yeah. I've been keeping pretty active. I've been doing a lot of yard work, and I've been hitting the treadmill. I'm trying to, improve the health. I mean, thankfully, I have I have problems, but no major problems. I'm trying to maintain. That's what I'm trying to do.
My advice, being older and wiser now than I was before, is that do not waste your life screwing around. Get yourself under control. Keep yourself under control. Keep yourself in as decent a shape as you can. You don't have to be Atlantis. You don't have to try to be the biggest bodybuilder in the world. Try to keep yourself in a healthy state, because as you get older, your body will screw you over. Your body will just say, hey, I ain't doing it no more. So try to keep yourself in as decent a shape as you can, because it will pay off when you get older.
That's true. And it seems like when something goes, like it cascades and like other things start to go wrong.
That's right.
I think I'm going to up my flexible spending account next year, which is really just you putting your own money aside to pay for medical stuff. But I think it's going to go even higher, because now I'm starting to get some issues. I'm like, uh-oh. We're going to have to work.
Well, that would be the other thing I tell people. See, I'm sitting here with no health insurance whatsoever. And I would tell you that if there's any way that you can find to keep yourself some decent, now I tell you what, there's some awful insurance policies out there that you pay all kinds of money for, you never get any benefit out of, because they don't cover anything to begin with. You got these huge deductibles and all this. That's crap. Get yourself a decent insurance policy if you can afford it.
They cost money. The good ones cost money, because all you do is you pay your deductible, and then you have an expense, and they're like, oh, well, you didn't meet your cap yet. So not your deductible, you pay the monthly payment. Yeah. And they're like, well, you have to pay 100% out of pocket for the first $900. Like, so I'm paying you monthly, and then I have to pay all of my, that's
exactly why I do not have health insurance, because I don't go to doctors per se, to amount to anything. My medical expenses just this year have been about $250, maybe $300. And if I'd had an insurance policy, I'd have paid way more than that just in the monthly fees, and still had to pay out for the care, if you want to call it care. It was the most pitiful pitiful mess I ever seen in my life. I'm thinking, man, I tell you what, they actually charge money to give you such poor care.
My health provider changed because the company was sold and the new owners didn't have the same health plan, and it was on paper the same, but we're finding out that they don't cover. I mean, they penny pinched, and they find ways to get you. So it's not as good, but thankfully I have it. Dave wants to know if my county's in yellow. It is in yellow. He's in Lancaster, which is closer to Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is next to the epicenter of the outbreak. And so it stands to reason that Lancaster would still be red. But no, I'm adjacent to Harrisburg, which is the capital. And I'll tell you what, for a capital, it's a small city. For a capital city, it's a rinky-dink little city, Harrisburg in Pennsylvania, and I'm in the adjacent county, and we're yellow.
Yeah, we haven't had much of anything with this Coney Roni thing going on here. There's been, I think, 8 cases of it total, and nobody's been hospitalized. The people had to self-quarantine. Nobody's died.
My coworker and his wife, we think they had it. Now, they haven't been tested, but they lost their sense of taste. They couldn't taste anything, and they were sick for like 2 weeks. But it was sick where you could still work. Like they weren't hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, they were never tested, so we don't know. But I'm like, I'd bet dollars to donuts you had it.
Yeah, there's so many different things going around that it's hard to say, especially since there hasn't been testing where, testing has not been readily available everywhere. Let me put it that way. Yeah. So that, if you thought you might have it, you could go and get tested for it. I've had people ask me just over this dermatitis. And I said, well, I don't think it has anything to do per se with Coney Roni. I think that it has to do more with my nerves being shot over all this craziness. I'm being shut up in the house and not able to come and go as I please, and, feeling like I've had all my liberties stripped from me when I haven't done anything to deserve it. I think it's just kind of ate my nerves up, and, it's just turned into a dermatitis attack per se. But, I can't prove that. I can't even get in to see a doctor. I've had different ones say, you need to go see a doctor. How the hell do you do that? If you don't have a family doctor, and now the Coney Roni's out there, nobody wants to see you.
Well, it's all the extra work. They got to figure out who you are, what your history is. They got to put them through the hoops. People don't like to work.
I don't know how many people know this, but I got in touch with urgent care, because back when I lived in Ohio, you could go to urgent care. Well, I called them up because I figured, okay, they probably have special rules and regulations on this right now with this Coney Roni thing. So I called them up and they said, oh, well, you have to go through our system and you'll be talking with our nurse. And I said, okay. And they scheduled the time. And then the nurse, well, it wasn't the nurse. Somebody called me from the office and said, okay, before the nurse talks to you, we need a urine sample from you, and you'll have to come and drop it off here at the office. And I said, okay. So I collect the sample. I go down to their office, and they stop me at the door. And I'm wearing a mask, and they stop me at the door, and they have to take my temperature. And she says, yeah, we need a urine sample from you. And so I have the jar, and she says, oh, no, you have to give the sample here. And I said, well, they didn't tell me that. I said, I did the collection. Here it is. And she says, no, you have to give the sample here. And she leaves, and she comes back out to the door, and she says, yeah, she says, the nurse, one of our nurses is going to be right back out here. So this nurse comes out, and she's got this collection bottle, and she says, you have to put it in this. And I said, what, just pour it from this? No. She says, you have to collect a fresh sample in this. And I said, well, where am I supposed to do this? I don't even see any bushes out here. And she says, well, we do have a restroom in here. And I said, well, I don't see anybody inviting me in to use it. I said, you've taken my temperature and everything, but you're holding me out here like I'm some kind of a hostage. Do you want me to go clear back home? It's another 20 miles for me to go back home so I can use a bathroom, because there ain't nothing open during all this. And then I'll have to drive all the way back down here. I'll be wasting half a day screwing with this. Or do I get to come in and use the restroom? The heifer threw the bottle at me. She just pitched it at me and says, you can come in and use the restroom. I was so hot. Oh, my God. Good thing they didn't take my blood pressure. Mm. So then they had me fill out a bunch of paperwork and stuff on their little, notebook thing. And I come home. They called me up about an hour later for more paperwork, answering pretty much the same questions I'd already answered for them. And then this nurse calls me up and asked me all my symptoms, everything. I explained everything to her. And she says, well, we've checked your urine. There's no bacteria in the urine. She says, so you do not have a yeast infection. What you have is chiggers. Now, listen, I've been a country girl all my life. I know what chiggers are. And when you get chiggers, you get them like in a specific area on your arms or on your legs, around your ankles or something. You don't get them all over your body. And she prescribed me some medications, none of which worked. And one of the medications she gave me damn near threw me into renal failure. I never could get to see a doctor. So over $100 later, I had the worst care that I've ever had in my entire life.
So, you know, when you need it, but then that's what you get worse.
Yeah.
Sounds horrible. And then like the next time when you really need it, you might refuse to do it, but you will really need it. Like it might actually do better for you. That's the NDT show is here. Hello.
Welcome.
I'm Matt. We're getting ready to wrap up, but we're glad you're here.
Glad to have you with us.
Drop a like.
We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Come hell or high water. It doesn't matter what Facebook's doing to us. It doesn't matter what YouTube's doing to us.
Or
and in
Windows
most cases, it doesn't even matter what my own computer's doing to me.
It's Bill Gates' fault. Microsoft tried to do some updates. Almost made the show late.
But we try, you know, the show must go on. We always try to bring it on Thursday nights and do something in here. You never know what we're liable to talk about or what's going on because we never know what we're going to be talking about. But sometimes I give stuff away. I gave something away a while ago. So you just never can tell.
Portal says they use a veterinarian around here. They are better doctors than at the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's not a bad idea, really.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but okay.
I mean, you know, I'm tempted to call my vet up and say, hey, you know, my dog's itching all over and broke out.
Might be on to something there, Brenda.
Well, what kind of medicine do you prescribe for this? Her feet swollen up. She needs some kind of a diuretic. What can we give her for a diuretic?
What's the worst that could happen?
That's right. Let's say now, you know, the dog weighs about 30 pounds. And if the dog weighed about 10 times that amount, how much of this medication would you give it?
Well, ma'am, what you're describing sounds like a human. You pay no attention to that. Just give me your
I'm just saying it might be a really big dog.
Oh, see, Portal explains. That's because I'm a city slicker, he says to me. Okay.
Yeah, Iron Fire Horse says it costs $100 just to walk through a vet's door here. Forget about that. Yeah, if you go to the city vets, they're going to see you coming. I'm used to using the country vets. You know, that they don't hurt you when you come in. Yeah. Well, listen, I think we're going to go ahead and shut her down. We're just after 8 o'clock, and Matt's about to melt into his shoes.
Yeah.
He sees a big old ice cream cone in his future.
Ooh, I should make a Dairy Queen run.
So we're going to shut her down. And Tracy, get me your email address over there on Facebook there in the messenger, and I'll get this ready to mail out to you, have it out to you in the next couple of days. And we'll see you all back here. Don't forget to check out the turkey wedding video, and I'll put up a new heifer after a while, and you can get some free advice and check out Matt's show. He does a show on Monday nights where he thinks he knows everything about YouTube.
I got a pretty good grasp on it.
So we'll let y'all go, and we'll see you down the interwebs. Night, everybody.
Good night. Stay cool.